So if you haven't somehow heard the news already, Netmarble has decided to go off and piss off its player base yet again. So if you haven't seen, the Holy War Festival Part 1 had this Lucky Box event where you could draw and earn tons of prizes, gold, diamonds, including up to 1,000 diamonds. But when I went to get my 3 chances per day, all rewards have been given out. The event has ended early. Right? And then they released a statement saying that this was normal, right? That this was the way that it was supposed to be. But here's the thing. The event still had thousands, if more than that, tens of thousands of rewards left last night while I was playing. And by the time I rolled over this morning, there was probably about a 6-hour difference. So in 6 hours, tens of thousands of prizes disappeared. Now, obviously, that's going to call into question the validity of this, right? And players did. Knighthoods did. So Netmarble released a statement saying that, this was normal. This was expected. This was not atypical behavior. And as such, the event is just over. There's not going to be any rewards. Well, here's the thing. More information is starting to come out to show that that's simply not true. Like we see typically with the boss battle, this game has hacks, right? So they may have cleared it up by now, but let's take a look at the rankings. So yes, they have cleared it up by now, but at one point there was two people at the very top that had 30k scores. You can see that in one of my previous videos. There were 2 people with 30k scores. And if you've played the boss battle again, you know that there are people who are constantly looking for flaws within the coding. It'd be silly to say that there are no flaws. But now it's gone a little too far. Now we're losing out on a chance to get all kinds of events. And all we've gotten from Netmarble is no. And that's normal. There's more information too that's coming out right now with a script that was developed for BlueStacks that created the vulnerability, which was then exploited over and over and over again. Now, if you're not familiar with all the content I make on my channel, I also cover a game called Langrisser, and there was an event where there was a similar issue where you could share basically infinitely, and you would get chances at the event over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's similar to what the exploit was here, where you were able to hit the share button and close before you get your reward, which was then assign you the reward, but also give you the ability to share again for additional rewards. So what this is basically allowing players to do is get infinite chances. So there were a ton of new accounts that were created. People spammed the event, they exploited, and then they sold the accounts with the most diamonds on them. So that's a huge problem, right? All the players who were doing this legitimately, I have 2 accounts, right? So Netmarble was saying that the results were not updating in real time, but I have 2 accounts. I have the free-to-play account that I use to make my new player guide. I used that account, but I didn't draw on that account. The rationale being that it doesn't make sense for me to take extra prizes away, and that actually hurts my chances of getting the prizes that I want onto my real account, right? So I didn't draw for that. So now I feel like I'm being punished because other people were doing so in a non-good faith action. So that's a little frustrating to be in that situation. And honestly, Netmarble needs to do something about this. Whether it is banning the purchased accounts, whether it is resetting the event, whether it is any number of things, honestly, because it's frustrating to be sitting here losing out on rewards because people found an exploit, and then for Netmarble to try and cover their tracks is even more outrageous. When this happened in Langrisser, they reset the server, and the rewards disappeared from people's accounts, and people who had abused it and used it to draw and get things on their account that will be permanent were banned. People lost their accounts over this. Now, that's taking it seriously. And that's what the punishment should be. This should be a serious punishment. I'm talking bans. I know for a fact that location data is being tracked. It'll be easy to see what accounts are being sold simply by finding an account that logs in one location and then a completely different location. Because chances are people aren't selling accounts to the person next to them, right? So it's a little frustrating to see that this is going on and that as of current, Netmarble's not doing anything. Now, I know some of the much larger content creators are also speaking up about this, which is great, because really the only people they're going to listen to are whales. But what can be done about this? So right now, go to the App Store, 1-star reviews, and start spamming those. Netmarble needs to know that we're not happy. Because right now, you just got cheated. And Netmarble doesn't care. They don't care. And I get it, they're a company out here trying to make money, but when you make a mistake, the most important thing that a company needs to have is customer loyalty. And when you make a mistake to your loyal customers, it's your responsibility to set things right. They need to set things right here. I'm not saying we all need to get 1,000 diamonds. I'm not saying we all need to get full rewards. If you're not going to reset the event and replenish the rewards and handle that exploit, then your options are to give everyone some rewards, right? An amount that we think would be fair. Now, there's going to be wildly different ranges of what people think are fair, but admitting you were wrong and trying to bridge that gap is the first step. And that hasn't happened. Instead, we've had a half-assed cover-up and a complete and total disregard for players' feelings. So, I want to see an apology on a Netmarble. I want to see things taken care of properly. And I want to see players who didn't cheat actually feel rewarded. There is no way that this event should feel over, or should be over, and there is no reason why these cheaters should be able to get away with it. Alright guys, let me know if what you think would be fair in exchange. Let me know if you were lucky enough to get any of those good prizes before they all disappeared. And yeah, just let me know what your thoughts on this are as well. I'll continue to update as things change. I'll be posting in the comments as updates come out and more information becomes available. So if you are interested in this saga and what's going on, do feel free to give this video a thumbs up or comment or subscribe so that way you can see everything as it unfolds in as live of time as I can make it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.